Hey guys, so today, this is the drawing lesson for the lion. It's for those of you who chose to do the lion for your 3 different styles of art project. And I'm going to draw it this way because, well, because technology is not working for me today and I want to make sure I get this video for you. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with a circle. And just a heads up, I did a quick sketch just so that I would know what I was like, the right size. Try to start your lion in the center of your paper, okay? Because when we do this project for your 3 different types of artwork, the piece that's in the middle is going to be your realism piece, and then you're going to have an abstract side and a cubism side. So keep that in mind, okay? So you're going to want to draw a good size circle. This is where your face of your lion is going to be. All right, so that's pretty good, huh? So here's my circle. I'm going to make sure that I hold it up for you the best I can, all right? I want you to draw a line straight through the middle, and then I want you to make sure that you draw a line right through the middle on the other side so you have like a plus sign inside your circle. All right? We're going to do a bunch of guidelines. This is going to help you put the eyes in, put the nose in, put the mouth in. All right, so you're going to need another line right over here. And then another line right over here. So you have this. Then you're going to need a line straight across like this and a line straight across like this. Now let me explain these lines to you. This line right here at the top is where your eyes are going to be. Your eyes are going to start up in this area and they're going to be positioned right here, okay, because our line's looking directly at us. Down here, this is where your nose is going to end, so it shows you where it's going to end. It's going to help you position this. These guidelines right here are also for those little cheeky parts that come along the side of your lion's face. It helps you line everything up, so make sure you have these lines. All right, let me see if I can get a little closer so we can do this. All right, that's a lot better. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put in our eyes. You're going to start in this corner right here. You're going to bring your eye, it's going to set down like this. Now, lions don't have really huge eyes, so try to keep them like a logical size. And the trick is that you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so here's the trick. Now, you're drawing on a table and I'm drawing, up in the air. So we have to try to like line up these eyes so they're not so off. There we go. Now our eyes are the same. All right. They may not be at the same angle just yet, but they'll be the same. So what you're going to do is you're going to add in those little pupils to go in with your lion eyes. And like so. They're kind of like little perfect circles inside here. So if you can, round them out as much as possible. It'll make your life so much easier later. And then we're going to fill in this area nice and darkly. Right over in this area and right over in here. All right. And then I like to put it in this little circle, but if you do one on one side, you have to do one on the other side in the same spot, or your lion's going to look like he's looking in 2 different directions. Okay. Hold on. I need to put mine on the table and work on it for a second. I got to even out these crazy eyes. Okay. Sorry about that. Sometimes, artists, we have troubles and we have to fix things. So this area should be nice and dark right in here. And this area should be nice and dark right in here. And then your eye should be a little bit lighter. So that way you don't lose it. And you just add a little dark piece to the side and then you fill in this one. So you just put a little dark line right in here. So then you have two beautiful tiger eyes. Okay. Or lion eyes. I'm so sorry. So this part is coming down here and this part is coming down right in here. This is going to connect to your nose. We're going to bring it down, and then we're going to bring it over. That way you're giving your lion some shape. Now, down here is going to be where your nose is. So your nose comes down and down like so, and a little ups. It's like a little triangle, like a rounded triangle. So I'm going to give you a nice little rounded piece like this. And I'm going to put a little nostril in here and a little nostril in here. Then I'm going to bring this down until it reaches the bottom of the circle. It's going to come around and split because this is the mouth. It's going to end up connecting right up in here and here. All right? So that means that this part right here and this part right here, they're going to come straight down because they're going to have that nice angle. And then you're going to have this nice rounded little cat mouth, because lions are cats. All right. So we got this, right? And again, sorry that it's not perfectly even. It's really hard to do this when you're not able to draw on a table. I did have it all set up, but my camera wouldn't work, so we're using the Chromebook now. All right, so lion mouth. They always hang their jaws, so this part of their mouth is going to be the lip of their jaw. And then this part right here is the jaw. So we're just sketching everything in now before we start putting in a ton of detail. Okay? So right here for your nose, because you are going to want to see the bridge of the nose, just to let you know, it's going to come up like this. All right, just like so. And then if you want to, you can start erasing all these extra guidelines because you will not need them after this. Now all of your stuff is put in where it needs to be. Everything after this is just like, where does this fur line go? How far different things are going to be placed to make it look more like a lion and less like a, I don't know, looks pretty creepy right now, like a robot. So we get rid of all these extra little pieces we don't need. And remember, you want to be drawing big. So if your lion isn't really big in the center of your paper, you need to start over and draw big. The whole point of this project is to be able to fit 3 different types of styles in with this lion. So you're going to see this lion in 3 different ways. So we want this to look good. So this is not done yet. All right, here comes the fun part. Right up here, right where that middle line was, is where like the part in the mane is going to be. So that big mane that goes around your lion. So he comes up like this on both sides. He almost has like a heart shape around him. If you ever really looked at lions, they all have this like heart-shaped piece around them. But this guy's comes out like this. Okay, I got this. So we got this part. And it kind of poofs out a little bit like that. Okay, because he's got a little bit of a poof. I think we brought him out a little too far. Let's bring this part inward. Hold on. We got to fix this up. His little line of his poof has got to line up with his. All right. I'm fixing this little piece right here, okay? So this little line of poof that comes out needs to come back in and line up right over here. All right? So we got to do that with this side too. So we just fix her up a little bit. Trying to round these to make them even. Like I said, symmetrical things are really hard to do. Sometimes it takes a lot of erasing. Give me one little second, guys. I am really sorry. I just can't seem to get that camera working so that I can draw on my table today and have just my hands. It keeps shutting off halfway through it, and it's frustrating. But we all have technology issues lately, it seems, and we're just going to work through it. Okay, so we got this guy. And I know he looks really crazy and funny right now, but that's all right because this is the shape of where his head is because he's going to have all of this mane that's sticking out. You don't need this part. This is the shape of his head as the mane is like fluffed out around him. Okay, so we're going to have like this shape right here. And we're going to put in some hairlines. Just like this, just to do this, just to give him some lioniness. This is the best part. This is also a good way to teach you guys. Every single time I say draw lightly, I don't know how many times I've said it. But you guys have got to learn how to draw lightly. It's really important. And doing all this erasing today just shows you that Mrs. Comstock makes mistakes just as much as everyone else, and we have to learn how to draw lightly. All right, important stuff. Cats, dogs, lions, eyebrows. Okay, so they come out like this, and then that was it. We're just going to do a little loop right in here, okay? So we're just doing that. Now, we need to put this little line that comes up over here, and then we're going to do the top of his mane. The big mane that comes way around all of this and is going to end up, it's going to end right here, like a point. So please think it through. Draw it so it comes all the way up. Hold on here. Okay, let me see here. All right, so here's all of this. Sorry, I had to even it out. All right, so touching up a little bit here and there. Okay, I like to keep this little line right here that I made. I'm just trying to even her out a little bit. Just so it shows you that so it shows you where the part's going to be. So when you do a mane with lions, you're going to have these really cool parts that come down. And what you're doing is you're just making curved lines right in here. And it shows you where their hair parts, just like a human's hair is going to part. We did all those screen pictures and we talked about hair and everything like that. And you guys did these awesome, realistic portraits of yourself. I loved them all. Okay. So this is that same technique that I taught you before, where you're coming down and you're creating that realism look for the mane. Now we can't go too far with this because we need to do another thing before we do anything else. Now we have this really cool looking lion face right now, right? Now this part is up to you. Sometimes you can see because their ears are, okay. So their ears are kind of tucked between their hair. So if you want to, some people are doing this, some people aren't. It's up to you. Yeah, I kind of like it actually. Like the suggestion of putting an ear in. I'm going to put the rest of this ear in right now. And I really like that idea. So kudos to the kids that always ask for extra little things. So ears. And then, of course, your hair is going to be in the way of your ear. So you won't see that. If you don't like the ear, keep it off. It's up to you. I feel like this ear is way too small for this lion. So just give me 1 second and I'm going to make his ear the size it should be. And I don't want it to look like a teddy bear ear either, so I'm going to make sure it has a little bit of a cat-like shape to it. Okay, so if you like the ear, put the ear in. If you don't like the ear, don't put the ear in. It is up to you completely. But for argument's sake, I'm going to add another ear just because, well, because if I have one ear, I got to have another one. And this ear is still too pointy. I don't know about you, but I don't think lion ears are like crazy pointy. All right, so that's how you like shape, like you measure it to figure out how your ear is supposed to look. Oh. Yeah. Let me see here. All right. Sorry, guys. I know you're seeing a lot of my shoulder today, and I know it's not working out the best. It's really hard to draw on your shoulder. If you don't believe me, you can give it a shot. Try holding your drawing in the air and doing it. It is a tricky, tricky thing. All right, so I got 2 ears going on here. All right. So we've got this and this. All right. So before we move on, we need to do a couple things. Because this is your project that you're going to be working on for the next 3 weeks, this week, next week, and the week after, we need to do something that's very important. We need to break this up into 3 equal pieces, okay? Or at least close pieces. So I'm going to draw a line here, and I'm going to draw a line here. I'm going to use my ears as my guides, all right? So I'm going to draw a line like this that goes straight down right here on this side. And I'm going to draw a line like this that goes straight down. If you have a ruler, it'd be a great time to get it out and straighten up your stuff. Like, no matter what I do, drawing a straight line up in the air is not a thing for me. And if you can hear that, my eraser is like just so sad right now because it's almost gone. All right, so lines. This is important. Here's the next piece you got to do. Everything in the middle area is going to be a realism style of a lion. Everything on this side is going to be cubism. Everything on this side is going to be abstract. Today we are doing the realism section. All right. So I'm going to finish up with the little bit of mane that I have right up here because that will make it so much easier. So lots of little lines because we were just doing these. I can even give him some little crazy hairs at the top if I want to. Like he's not brushing his mane very well. And you got to stop at the lines. You can't go any further than the lines. Same thing with in here. I might want to add some more little furry details, but I can't go any further than this line. So I'm going to add a little bit of a shadow right in here. Shade in these ears. This section in the middle is all shading. Do not use anything other than your pencil. So same thing with this one. We're stopping right at the line, which is kind of cool because some of the ear is going to be cut off. So when we do this other side in a different style, you get to see two different styles right next to each other for the same thing. All right, so we got this part going. I'm going to add some more little lines like fur very lightly. It's the same type of lines that I was doing for the mane. I'm just being a little bit more gentle. Right in here, I'm making it darker. And yes, lions have eyebrows just like people almost. Okay, I'm going to make this area a little bit darker with fur. I'm going to follow around the edge of the eye. And I'm going to do this shape right here because just like when we did our people shading, you want to have shape for the bridge of the nose. You want to have a nice shadow. So I'm trying to create like that nice shadowy look right there. Okay, so now I'm going to go around and I'm going to come back over for this eye too, okay? Same idea. We've got some fur. It's going to go around in this shape. We want it to come down. We want it to be nice and curved. All right, so we got some nice little shadows going on to create some depth in our lion. I keep calling it a tiger. I don't know why. Crazy. Must have drawn a tiger recently though with one of my other classes. All right, so fur. Okay, here's the trick with fur. Once it hits towards the eyebrows, it goes straight up and down. Because all this fur right in this area is going to go straight up and down. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to start changing direction over on this side. And we're going to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Lots of different little... Remember, you got to stop at the line. You get some fur that comes out. And just like where it is over here, you got to change direction. You got to follow the direction of the fur. It's coming out. It's filling in this area. You're going to have a little shadow right in here. It's going to fill that in just like that. So now we have some like nice furry texture going on with our lion. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Change direction. Make your lion look very fluffy because lions are fluffy. Darken in these lines that you have for the side of his face so that you can see that his mane is coming down. He's looking awesome. All right, so we're getting some nice fur going on right in here. Nice mane action, long hair right in this area. Because lions' manes are super long and awesome. This will protect them from getting hurt too, you know. Can't bite him around his neck if he's got all this hair in the way. So around this little chin, you can like outline this a little bit darker if you want to, so that way you don't lose it when you're doing that cool mane. And I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to bring it all the way down, and then I'm going to go back in and worry about his little nose area, and I'm going to worry about his little cheekies. I guess that's what we're going to call them, his little cheekies. Okay, so I'm just trying to create this darker shadow right in here so we know that his little mouth and stuff is above everything else. So we're just going to keep going. It's almost like really long scribbles when you think about it, but it's hair. All right, so we got this part going on. Our mane looks really cool. And I'm going to, up here, I'm going to darken up this area because this is actually his lion lips. So I'm going to darken up here, and I'm going to darken up right in here. So it comes up, and it comes up. And then this area right here is really, really dark because that's his mouth area. And I'm going to make some really dark, this pencil is really awesome because it has a like nice dark lead to it. So I'm going to make some little fur right in here. And I'm going to go over here. There we go. See, we got all this nice little fur texture for his little chin. All right, so something I want to do before we do anything else is the nose. I'm going to fill in the nostrils. I'm going to give this a nice dark line. I'm going to give him a dark line right down here by the bottom of his nose, and then everything else is going to be kind of like a medium. Very, very gentle. It's just darkening the lines that you already have. And then this area, you want to give him some lines just like this. And you're going to give him another line. Try to sort of match them up. That is where his whiskers are going to come out of. So when we go to shade this area gets a darker shadow right in here because it's rounded. And we're not going to worry about fur right in here. So this area gets rounded. And then it's light. Really, really light. We want this to look round. We don't want to lose this part. So again, it's dark right in here, and you're creating that rounded look, and you're bringing it all the way around, and then you're coming back in really, really light, barely touching your paper with your pencil, and you're just shading it all right in. So you've got this really nice shadow, and you didn't lose anything. We'll put whiskers in last. We're going to do little furry lines, because remember how cat's fur on their nose goes up like this? Same idea with your lion. Don't lose the bridge of your nose. If you have to go back in and put a nice dark shadow in there, do that. Okay, so then our lines can get a little bit bigger as they go up because his fur is getting a little longer, which is looking really cool. I hope everybody else's is looking really awesome. So we have all of this. We have all this fur. We have all this detail. Okay. Here comes the fun part. We're going to put in some whiskers. Whiskers up here, because remember they always have whiskers around their eyes. So we're going to do like 1, 2, 3, maybe one more. And then 1, 2, 3, and one more. So we have some whiskers going on up here. All right, life is good. Our little lion's got some stuff going on. I'm going to darken in some of these spots because we don't want him to lose his eyebrows. And then right in here, we're going to do a couple that come out like, it's okay if you go over into the other lines too. And all else fails, you can put in some extra dots too to like really make him believable. So we got one side. I'm going to do the dots this time first just to show you the difference. So we've got this stuff going on. And I'm darkening in his little nose just in case. All right, so here is what I have so far. The only thing I didn't do was shade in the ears. All right. All right, so here we go. And this is what we got. All right. If you have any worries or concerns or you need me to help you draw something, you just let me know. Good luck.